Hey my heathens, J4D3 here from the Pacific Northwest, coming at you with this tracer poster here. Anyways, I revitalized my old intro there, so that'll be kind of fun. So what we got going on is, this is part 1 of 2 for this large tracer poster I'm drawing. And man, these things are pretty big. It's a whole sheet of, what kind of paper is this? It is Canson. MI Tense. Anyways, this is I'm trying to get it back in my drawer here. This is like color paper you do for you'd use it for like pastels or color pencils maybe, and it's about, wow, it's about 2.5 feet by 2 feet or so. I'm guessing on that. They don't have the dimensions on the paper. And this piece is called Lemon Yellow. So I decided to use tinted paper for this because I wanted to have it shine through on like the flesh tones and the oranges and yellows that I know that's going to be incorporated here with Tracer's costume. And once again, we are drawing Tracer from the video game Overwatch. And this is a fairly long video. It's like, what, 10 minutes for just the first half. And I want to take this time to talk about what I'm kind of doing in my in the direction of my artwork. So, as some of you know, I work at a giant airplane factory that makes the 7 series of commercial jets. And I get paid very well for what I do, which is I'm an expert in point of use lean manufacturing. It's kind of my thing, and I've been working there for going on the better part of 9 years, and I get paid very well for what I do, but the job has there's no job satisfaction in working there. It's like a never-ending marathon of the same shit every day. And it's not, it's just not very fulfilling. And so my wife has been working on writing novels for the last half of her life. And she was kind of doing the same deal as me, where it's like, oh yeah, this is fun, but I'm just doing it for fun. And then she joined, I know this is a roundabout way of getting to this, but then she joined a writer's guild and started getting serious about it, and pretty much has a book deal now for 3 novels. And so I was with that, and then I was also been watching a lot of Jake Parker videos, and some stuff he says in there all the time, which is you need a project, you need a product, not a project. And a lot of stuff he said was super inspirational, where he goes through doing Kickstarters and, are you good enough and all this other stuff. So I got a little serious about it, and I sat down and I wrote down like my top 3 projects I want to get done. And my top 3 turned into 8, and then my 8 turned into 30. And these are all things that I have in the works. They're not just concepts. There's pages drawn, there's sketches done, things like that. So I started getting really excited about this, because even though I like the security of where I work, it's kind of shitty saying this, but I really kind of hate my job. And I feel bad about saying that, because it's not hard. In fact, it's really easy. And I always think to myself, man, I just want an easy job. but there's no challenges, and it's not creative, and I really want to do something creative. So instead of quitting my job, what I did is I wrote down all my top projects, and I'm going to start holding myself accountable to my heathens on YouTube, to my art friends, my subscribers. And this is one of my projects. I'm going to do on this large poster size pictures here, I'm going to illustrate pretty much every character in this video game Overwatch. And then I'm going to make these into prints and sell them as a portfolio. And they're going to be limited edition, so there's only going to be like, I don't know, maybe 30 to 100 of these portfolios I'm going to make. And they're all going to be signed and numbered. And I'm thinking, since I use metallics in these, on the prints, I might color in the metallic parts myself by hand. So that's what I'm thinking about, maybe only doing 30 copies. And that's that. So this is one of my projects I'm going to be working on. One of my products I'm going to be working on. And I guess the reason why I picked, out of all the things I love to do, love to be a fan of, the reason why I picked Overwatch is because it's just, it's a fun game. It's got lots of background mythology in it. There's a ton of fan art out there, and I really love looking at all the fan art, even the dirty stuff. Some of it's really well done, and I kind of wanted to be a part of that. So that's why I decided to focus on this and this technique. So one of the things that I'm doing is, on these prints are all going to be done in a kind of a Nouveau, maybe slightly Deco, but mostly Nouveau style. Because I just love, I love Art Nouveau. I love Alphonse Mucha. I love Aubrey Beardsley. Those guys are just awesome. And that's why I kind of focused on this kind of poster style. Now the thing about like Mucha and Beardsley and those guys is Art Nouveau was a style for selling ads. It wasn't necessarily art for art's sake that you'd like hang up, in your house or commission a piece. It was, these guys were professional illustrators, at least with Mucha and Mr. Beardsley. And I love that aspect of it. Like when I was a full-time artist working for Aqualung America, I really liked the fast-paced art aspect of it. I hate the way they ran their business, and I thought they were honestly just like corporate trolls and kind of shitheels, treating their employees like absolute ass. But I guess that was also kind of part and parcel to the illustrator, way of life, is pretty much get used up by these companies that hire you. So I was an in-house designer for those guys for, I worked there for like 10 years, and then got sick of it and went to the airplane factory. But I guess what I'm trying to figure out is how to find a job and be happy in it. So that's why I'm doing products instead of projects. And that's why for this one, I started off with it and doing it as as an Art Nouveau piece. Because those guys were professional illustrators working for the man. And I guess that's kind of where I see myself right now. But I'm doing this as a labor of love. So yeah. So what we got going on is when I'm doing this piece on this piece of yellow paper, it's mixed medium. So I'm using alcohol-based markers, which is what I laid down all the base tones with, and then I'm using Winsor & Newton liquid drawing inks to to fill in all these larger areas. That's what I'm doing with all this black. It's Winsor Newton. And then I'm also, well, I guess I'll talk about it on the next one. Anyways, my heathens, stay tuned for part 2. I hope you tune in for it.